Hello students, welcome to Vyas Edification Kota. In this series of NCERT discussion, we'll continue further with Mathematics class 11th. The chapter that we're dealing with is conic sections, and it is time to discuss exercise number 11.2 now. This conic section has various parts, and from the point of view of NCERT, we have circles in the first exercise. This is the second exercise, which is based on parabola, right? The standard equation of parabola and corresponding, let us say, finding various terms related to parabola. Let's say you are supposed to find the vertex, axis, latus rectum, and a lot of other things. So along with the questions, we'll be discussing the concepts involved in all of those things, right? So let's begin with the first question now. The question says, in each of the following exercises 1 to 6, okay, find the coordinates of focus, axis of the parabola. Focus is represented by S, okay. So let's write focus, S, axis of the parabola, that's the next thing. Find the coordinates of focus, axis of the parabola, equation of directrix. So let's see directrix, okay. And length of lattice rectum denoted by LR, let's say. So these are the four things that we need to find. Okay, this is y square is equal to 12x. Now y square is equal to 12x is similar to this, y square is equal to 12x is similar to y square is equal to 4ax, and we should be aware of all the terms related to this y square is equal to 4x with the help of this diagram of y square is equal to 4x. If a is greater than 0 over here, then the graph of this particular parabola will look like this. It will be a rightwards opening parabola. This will be the x-axis, this will be the y-axis, right? And depending upon the value of a, this here will be the focus, which has coordinates a comma 0. This here will be the directrix, which will have equation x equals minus a. Okay, this point is minus a comma 0. So from the vertex, a units along the axis, a units behind the axis, right? In this manner, this here is the vertex, which is 0 comma 0. This here is the axis. The equation of axis is simply y equals 0. This is the x-axis. X-axis acts as the axis. And what about the lattice rectum? This here is the lattice rectum from this point to this point, and length of lattice rectum is simply 4a, which is 4 times this distance, right? That's what you can observe. So focus, axis, directrix, lattice rectum can be identified easily with the help of this. So once you are given this particular parabola, you can identify that 4a is equal to 12. That tells me that a is equal to 4. Sorry, a equals 3 by comparison with the original one, by comparison with the standard parabola. A equals 3. That's what you can observe, right? Once you have observed a equals 3, can you see that focus will be simply a comma 0. Focus, which is a comma 0, will be simply 3 comma 0 over here. Yes. Axis is y equals 0, which will also be y equals 0 over here, right? Directrix is x equals minus a, or x plus a equal to 0. That becomes x plus 3 equals 0 for a equals 3, right? Lattice rectum is equal to 4a. 4 times 3, which is 12. That's my answer for this complete question, as you can see with the help of this diagram of standard parabola opening rightwards. Y square is equal to 4ax. With the help of that, the only thing that we need to identify is a in the given question, and rest all things become very simple with the help of this much information, right? So that's all that you have in this question. The second question says we have x square is equal to 4y, and we need to find similar kinds of things. Let's say we are supposed to find the focus, okay, we are supposed to find the axis, the directrix, and the lattice rectum. These are the 4 things that are required, right? Coordinates of focus, axis of the parabola, equation of directrix, and length of the lattice rectum. Okay, for x square is equal to 6y, this is similar to x square is equal to 4ay, where a is greater than 0. Okay, this is an upwards opening parabola. Right. Let's try to draw the diagram first of this. So this is what the diagram will look like. Okay, this is x square is equal to 4ay. X square is equal to 4ay. For this, the focus will lie over here, and the coordinates of the focus will be a units above this. This is 0 comma a. That's the focus, right? the directrix will be this line over here, which will be a unit below this. This is y equals minus a. That's the directrix, right? What else? Lattice rectum is pretty simple. Lattice rectum here will be again 4a will be the lattice rectum. Once you find a, finding the lattice rectum is not at all difficult. And one more thing, the axis. This here is the axis. The equation of axis is simply x equal to 0. This is the y-axis, right? The y-axis is the axis of this particular parabola. So, in the given question, all of this, once we are aware of all of this, what we can do is simply identify the value of a first of all. 4a by comparison, 4a is equal to 6. That tells me that a will be equal to 3 by 2. Okay. If a equals 3 by 2, then the focus will become 0, 3 by 2. So, I can write focus 0, 3 by 2. That's what we have. That's one thing. Okay. Next, we need equation of axis. Equation of axis will be x equal to 0. We don't need the value of a. That's x equal to 0 depending upon this particular form. Okay. Next, equation of directrix. So, for equation of directrix, you know that we are supposed to write y equal to minus a. That's the equation of directrix. Y equals minus 3 by 2 or simply y plus 3 by 2 equals 0. That's the equation of directrix. Last is length of lattice rectum, which is 4a, and that becomes equal to 6. And yes, that's the final answer for this question. As you can see over here, all the 4 things have been found with the help of this diagram. This diagram is important, right? Once we are aware of this diagram, the standard form of the parabola, then we can easily find all of these things as solved over here. The third question says we have y square is equal to minus 8x. Okay, another standard form, but this time around we have y square is equal to minus 8x, which is similar to y square is equal to minus 4ax. 4ax. Once again, here the value of a is positive, right? A positive takes, this minus takes care of downward facing, but a in general is positive in this particular case also. And what we have, this will be a leftward opening parabola. This will be a leftward opening parabola in this manner, right? Y square is equal to minus 8x. So, y square is equal to minus 4x for this particular parabola. If this is y square is equal to minus 4ax, can we identify the focus, the directrix easily? Yes. The axis will be this x-axis and lattice rectum will be 4a again. This will be the lattice rectum, right? Focus is minus a comma 0. Directrix is x equals a. Do you identify this? This is a units over here and a units over here. This will be the directrix. Axis is simply x-axis, which is y equals 0. That's the equation of axis. Okay, and lattice rectum is 4a. Once we are aware of all of these things with respect to this, for y square is equal to minus 8x, can we identify the focus, equation of axis, equation of directrix? Yes, we can do that very easily. Comparison with this tells me that 4a will be equal to 8, and that tells me that further a will be equal to 2. The value of a is equal to 2. Okay. Therefore, focus will be minus a comma 0. What is that? Minus a implies minus 2 comma 0. This is the focus, right? This is the focus. What next? Equation of axis. Equation of axis is this, y equals 0. That's it. What about equation of directrix? X equal to a, which is x equal to 2. So, equation of directrix is x equals 2. What else? One last thing remains. What is that? Length of lattice rectum, which is 4a. Length of lattice rectum is equal to 4a, which is equal to 8. This is my answer. This, and this. These are the 4 things that are asked in this question. And yes, we have found all the 4 things easily over here, right? The 4th question says find for x square is equal to minus 16y. Okay, let's take a look at this one. X square is equal to minus 16y is a parabola which is opening where? Since it is x square and a negative over there, this is similar to x square is equal to minus 4ay, where a is greater than 0. Okay, so this kind of a parabola will open downwards in this way, right? And the focus will lie over here, the directrix will lie over here. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This here is the axis of parabola, right? Okay. Focus, as you can observe, will be a units below this. This will be 0 comma minus a. Directrix will be y equals a. This is directrix. Axis is the y-axis, which is x equals 0. And what else? One more thing that is required is length of lattice rectum. So length of lattice rectum, this will be the lattice rectum from here to here. The length of lattice rectum will be denoted by LR, which is equal to 4a over here. This is the length of lattice rectum, right? So once you are aware of all of these things, with respect to that particular standard parabola, we can solve for this x square is equal to minus 16y. Let's compare with that original. 4a is equal to 16 implies a equals 4. Okay, once you know that a equals 4, can you identify the focus easily? Yes, focus. The first thing that is important is focus. Focus will be 0 comma minus a, which is actually 0 comma minus 4 in this particular question, right? Next, equation of axis. Equation of axis, what is that? X equals 0. This is the equation of axis, right? What about equation of directrix next? Equation of directrix. Can you identify the equation of directrix? This is y equals a, which tells me y equals 4 is the equation of directrix. The last thing is length of lattice rectum. Which is denoted by LR, is equal to 4a. And what is that equal to? This is equal to 16. This is the length of lattice rectum, and that is the final answer for this question. You can see we are supposed to find the coordinates of focus, axis of parabola, equation of directrix, and length of lattice rectum. This question. This is the fourth question for us. The fifth question says we have y square is equal to 10x. Now, similar to the first one, this is y square is equal to 4x standard form, right? Y square is equal to 4ax. And whenever you think that you may get confused, simply draw this particular diagram. Remember the standard parabola and its diagram, right? If you remember the diagram, the graph, then you can easily identify, okay, focus will be a units over here, the coordinates will be a comma 0, directrix will be a units behind this, this will be x equals minus a, axis is pretty simple, axis is y equals 0, and lattice rectum is this is lattice rectum is 4a, lattice rectum is equal to 4a. Okay, what else? So in this question, y square is equal to 10x. What do we have? Can we identify that 4a is equal to 10, which tells me that a will be equal to 10 by 4, which is 5 by 2. Okay, we have found the value of a. Yes. Once we have found the value of a, finding the focus is very simple. Focus will be a comma 0, which is 5 by 2 comma 0. Okay, axis. Axis is y is equal to 0. Directrix, the equation of directrix will be x equals minus a, which is x equals minus 5 by 2, or x plus 5 by 2 equals 0. This is the directrix. The last thing is length of lattice rectum, and what is that? 4a. 4a is equal to 10. That's the answer for this question, as you can see over here. All four things have been found in this question with the help of this diagram and all the information associated with that diagram, right? That's the final solution of this question. The sixth question says x square is equal to minus 9y. Okay, how will we deal with this one? Once again, x square is equal to minus 9y. So it will open downwards, right? The parabola will be opening downwards. This is what we have. Okay, this is what we have. And you can identify that 4a is equal to 9 implies a will be equal to 9 by 4. That's the first thing that you can identify. And the focus will be 0 comma minus a. The directrix will be y equals a. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This is also the axis, and the equation will be x equals 0. Lattice rectum will be this length over here, perpendicular, and from here to here, this will be lattice rectum. The length of lattice rectum will be 4a, right? With the help of all of this, let's write the focus and equation of axis and all. So focus, the coordinates will be 0 comma minus a, which will be 0 comma minus 9 by 4. That's a focus, right? What about the axis? Axis is x equals 0, pretty simple. What about the directrix? The directrix will be this particular line, y is equal to a, which is y equals 9 by 4. And the last thing, which is length of lattice rectum, which is equal to 4a, and that will be equal to 9. That's what we have. That's the final answer for this question, as you can see behind me. With the help of this diagram, we can easily solve this question, right? The 7th question says, in each of the exercises 7 to 12, find the equation of the parabola that satisfies the given conditions. Okay, in this particular question, we are supposed to find the equation of parabola. Okay, so for finding the equation of parabola, first we'll have to draw the diagram on the basis of whatever is given, right? If focus is 6 comma 0, let's mark the x-axis and y-axis over here. So focus is here, this is 6 comma 0. This is my focus, and directrix is x equal to minus 6. Okay, this is the directrix, x equals minus 6. Okay, so can you observe first thing that if this is the directrix, this is a focus, this perpendicular from the focus, this line will be the axis of the parabola, right? From the focus on the directrix, if you draw this perpendicular, this is the axis of parabola, which is okay. And from here to here, the midpoint is this will be the vertex of parabola. Yes, and since the focus is over here, you can very easily identify that this will be a rightward opening standard parabola, right? This is the graph of this parabola. The equation will be y squared is equal to 4ax. And are we given the value of a in the given question? Yes, given focus and directrix. Can you identify that a is equal to 6? If a is equal to 6, then equation will be, once you identify that equation will be of this particular form, and you get the value of a, you can write the equation y squared is equal to 4 into 6 times x, which is y squared is equal to 24x. This is the answer for this question. As you can see over here, with the help of simple diagram, right, we can identify this particular equation of parabola very easily. In the 8th question, we have focus at 0 comma minus 3, okay, that is on the y-axis, and directrix at y is equal to 3. So let's draw the coordinate plane first of all. This is the Cartesian plane, okay. Focus is 0 comma minus 3, mark those points properly. This is 0 comma minus 3, that's the focus. And directrix, if it is at this particular location, this is y equals 3, you can identify that the parabola will be this downward facing parabola. Right? This parabola will be this downward facing parabola, and downward facing will have equation of the form x squared is equal to minus 4ay, where with the help of these you can identify that a will be equal to simply 3. Therefore, equation a will be 3. This is 3 units, this is also 3 units. A will be 3. Equation will be x square is equal to minus 4 times 3x, which implies x square is equal to minus 12. Just a moment, this will be y over here. X square is equal to minus 12y. That's my answer for this question over here. Right, pretty simple to find the equation given the focus and directrix. Next, we are given the vertex and focus. Okay, so let's talk about this one. Vertex is 0 comma 0, focus is 3 comma 0. Okay, so beginning with this, once again the Cartesian plane, x and y axis, this is the origin, and if you observe, the vertex is at this particular point only. This is the vertex. Okay, what next? The focus is 3 comma 0. The focus is 3 comma 0, and if this is the vertex, this is a focus, you can identify that this is the standard parabola that we are looking forward to, right? Where the equation will be y square is equal to 4ax, and the value of a will be this distance, a equals 3. This is a. Given the focus on vertex, we can easily identify a. Therefore, equation of this parabola will be y square is equal to 4 into 3x, which implies y square is equal to 12x is my answer for this question. Right? That's the final answer. Yes, that's the 9th question for us. The 10th question says we have vertex at 0, 0 and focus at -2, 0. Okay. So we have vertex at 0, 0. This is the vertex 0, 0. And the focus is at -2, 0. That will be here. This is -2, 0. Okay. So parabola will be this. The equation of this parabola is y square is equal to -4ax. The equation of this parabola is y square is equal to -4ax, where the value of a will be this distance, right? Here a equals this distance over here between focus and vertex, which is 2. Therefore, equation will be y square is equal to -8x. 4a will be equal to 8, right? So, equation will be this. And yes, that's the answer for this question. As you can see, with the help of this diagram, we can easily deal with this, right? So, that's the vertex and focus. On the basis of this, this is the equation, right? It's question number 10 for us. The 11th question says, vertex at 0, 0, passing through 2, 3 and axis is along the x-axis. Okay. So, let's move a step back and analyze this question from the point of view of axis is along the x-axis. If axis is as along the x-axis and vertex is as origin, the equation will be, the graph will be either this or this. Mind you, this or this. The equation will be the equation will be either y square is equal to 4ax or y square is equal to -4ax. Okay, that's one thing, depending upon the vertex and axis along x-axis. But then you are also given one more condition to identify which of these is the correct one. So, the parabola is passing to the point 2, 3. Now, 2, 3 is a point which is lying in the first quadrant, right? 2, 3 would be somewhere here. If the parabola passes through 2, 3, do you observe that this is not the required parabola, this is the correct parabolic equation that we required, right? This parabola can never pass through this particular point 2, 3, yes. Once you identify that, we can say clearly that required equation will be of the form y square is equal to 4ax, okay, and the only thing that is unknown in this equation is a. The only thing that is unknown in this equation is a, okay. If you can identify the value of a, then you will get the equation. And for finding a, mind you, with the help of this and just the location we have identified this, right? We haven't used this point completely. Let's pass this particular parabola through this point, right? So, now we can say that 2, 3 lies on this parabola, implies that 2, 3, that is 3 square will be equal to 4a times 2, which tells me, okay, a will be equal to 9 by 8. A will be equal to 9 by 8. That tells me that a will be equal to 9 by 8. Once we identify the value of a, therefore equation y square is equal to 4a, which is 4 into 9 by 8, which is 9 by 2x. This is the required equation for the conditions as given over here. Vertex is at 0, 0 and axis is along the x-axis, mind you, passing to the point 2, 3. This is the required equation. That's the parabola that is required, right? That's the final answer for this question, as you can see over here. The 12th question says that vertex is at 0, 0 and passing to the point 5, 2, symmetric with respect to y-axis, okay? So, what will this parabola look like? When we talk about symmetric with respect to the y-axis and vertex at origin, there are two things, vertex at origin and symmetric with respect to y-axis. The parabola will be either this upward facing or this downward facing, right? And the equation will be x square is equal to 4ay or x square is equal to minus 4a y, right? But then there's another condition that the parabola passes through 5 comma 2. Okay, if the parabola passes through this 5 comma 2, which will be a point over here, you can say that this will be the corresponding, this will be the correct equation, this will not be correct form. That will use correct standard parabola, right? In that equation, the only thing that is unknown for, once you identify this, the only thing that is unknown is a. And for finding a, we are given that particular point, yes. Since the parabola passes through 5 comma 2, this implies that 5 square, which is 25, will be equal to 4a times 2. And that tells me that a will be 25 upon 8. A will be equal to 25 upon 8. Okay. Therefore, the equation of parabola will be equal to what? Equation will be x square is equal to 4 times 25 by 8 times y, and which is equal to 2x square is equal to 25y. That's the final answer for this question over here. As you can see, made me 2x square is equal to 25y based on vertex and this particular point symmetric with respect to the y-axis. Right? With this, we come to the conclusion of this exercise based on parabola. This is exercise number 11.2 from the chapter Conic sections. In the next session, we'll be talking about another exercise from the chapter Conic sections. That's exercise number 11.3. Till then, all the best.